Hello, my name is LaShonda Kimmons, and I will be studying the case of FeelBetter Pharmaceuticals. FeelBetter Pharmaceuticals is currently experiencing several issues that created the need to stem the tide of departures of employees and the need to hire new employees. Sadly, the HR director has noticed an increase in employees leaving the FeelBetter company. The organization's management team is requesting that Sally focus on hiring employees who look like the customer base. In addition to this, management is reluctant that Sally gives more attention to younger employees within the organization. Sally believes that the high turnover rate is due to employee work-life balance. However, at this time, she is unable to review any data from the exit surveys as the company did not place emphasis on its importance. Her solution was implementing a training campaign. However, despite her efforts, the campaign only increased turnover and gave rise to management complaints. Several risk and compliance factors are found within FeelBetter Pharmaceuticals organization. Such risk and compliance factors consist of disparate impact, tracking attrition, documenting exit interviews, training, and succession planning. Disparate impact is occurring when the management leadership team is placing a higher preference to applicants who look more like the organization's customer base. This stated practice may be represented as a selection criteria and, in management viewpoint, disqualify the applicant. The case never states what the customer base looks like, but this violation could be related to any of the 5 protected classes under the Title VII of the Civil Rights Act. The risk of focusing on the physique of applicants can potentially lead to compliance issues with the PMP manual, laws, and government regulation. In a prima facie case, this cannot be seen as just cause for being job-related or business necessity to complete the job function. Not properly documenting exit interviews might also cause a few risks with turnover rates. Without analyzing the data, there is no way to improve the employee's job experience and FeelBetter's internal weaknesses. Another risk is properly training management at each tier and making sure the goals and objectives of the company are stated at every level. Increasing the number of new hires without strategically researching the organization's current need can cause negative effects to FeelBetter's bottom line. Sally will have to assess the current and future human capital needs to see if they are in alignment with FeelBetter's goals and objectives. The analytics solution for FeelBetter is a Workday HCM system. Workday will support FeelBetter's needs by providing ways to manage recruitment, increase the hiring of employees, manage terminations, and harassment complaints. Workday features enhance FeelBetter's needs to study data analytic reports to support the decision made on behalf of the organization. For example, Workday has automated recruiting to help hire faster. When both voluntary and involuntary terminations occur, the HCM can record the termination date, reason for leaving, and has the ability to retain exit interviews. Harassment complaints can also be stored for record keeping on Workday to support the company's defense if a prima facie case were to ever arise. The system updates the government regulation information automatically to make sure the company is directly in alignment with the EEOC. One concern of implementing Workday is the ability for the end user to navigate the product. I'm concerned that the focus of the product may detract HR professionals from understanding the use of the analytical reporting tool. The implementation process may discourage good employees and eventually lead to bad reviews of the system and impact employee engagement. Another concern is not receiving full buy-in from internal stakeholders, simply meaning the old system was paper-based, so with it all going to a cloud server, it may cause resistance from users, as some employees tend to resist due to the fear of change. The most common pitfall I see is the organization not embracing the implementation of the system and not resolving the attrition problems, management complaints, and possible EEOC cases. Of course, Workday is going to be utilized to support the major HR functions of increasing retention, predicting attrition issues, training development for leadership, and updates of new government regulations in accordance with Title VII. If the system is implemented and there are no significant improvements over the course of the year, it will decrease the likelihood of the system having the needed impact. The best way to do so is staying consistent with an action plan. This way, employees can see the smaller achievements at each milestone over time. Employees will feel that their contributions add to a high sense of involvement for the end goal of the implementation. Let's take a look at the ways that the 7 pillars of people analytics will help FeelBetter complete success. With workforce planning, Workday assists HR professionals at FeelBetter identify the current talent gaps within the organization while identifying the top talent. This HCM helps FeelBetter meet business goals and objectives by assessing the current versus the future state of the organization by incorporating succession planning. Sourcing. Workday tackles all the data and information available. The sourcing results revealed in Workday helps FeelBetter understand what marketing sources attract the most valuable talent and what methods keep applicants engaged. Acquisition and hiring. Workday provides dashboards and reporting metrics with a list of applicants. The predictive analytics used assist in rating individuals on the basis of the characteristics managers find suitable to fulfill the role, thus allowing FeelBetter the opportunity to maximize their hiring efforts. Onboarding, culture fit, and engagement. Workday reporting features provide information on the employee's time with the company. FeelBetter can utilize this information by tracking the new hire's experience throughout their first 6 to 12 months with the company. The HCM helps keep track of the needs of the employee's growth and development while also keeping the employee engaged. This way, FeelBetter can see whether the employee fits with the company culture or idea image they are seeking to obtain. The analytics determine the drivers of employee engagement and allows FeelBetter to understand what makes the employee engage enthusiastically and be more productive. Performance assessment and development and employee lifetime value. Workday's high performer feature categorizes those who have made the greatest impact for the company. The company can gain a better understanding of why certain employees perform better than others. This way, FeelBetter can focus on ways to help lower performing employees improve to decrease the turnover rates while promoting training and development. Employee churn and retention. Workday can help FeelBetter take charge of employee retention by studying those who may be at risk of leaving and understanding when and why they are leaving, while also having the capability to compare the new employees coming in, thus showing the company how churning and retention are impacting the bottom line. Lastly, employee health, wellness, and safety. Workday assists managers in understanding the needs to be fulfilled to detract from being over or understaffed at FeelBetter. The reporting analytics Workday provides helps to create an environment and culture that promotes the safety, health, and well-being of their employees. In Phase 1, we will study the features of Workday in conjunction with the current needs of the organization to set a goal to implement Workday's solution. We will form a team that supports the project thoroughly by finding what features fully support this strategy, and we will see what timeline works best for the organizational structure while also remembering to stay within the allotted budgeted amount. Next, we will finalize the timeline and make sure all dates are set in stone. And we will lastly determine the total cost of the project. In Phase 2, we will find the ways that are most constructive for communicating the plan through communication channels. We will determine the major goals for the project and train users on how to use the system and track their progress. Lastly, in Phase 3, we will identify and receive feedback on each purpose of the system that the system will serve, users, resources, and timelines for the evaluation. We will see whether the system will actually resolve the problems of the organization, department, and each job function. We will evaluate whether the reports generated are useful resources for FeelBetter. This will help to decipher the kinks of the system and how to address them. And lastly, we will communicate the information.